Hey everybody, I think I'm back on schedule. It's Sunday afternoon and it's unbearably hot outside. It's so hot I didn't even want to go to the pool with the squirrels, but I wind up going later on when it cools down a little bit. Today I'm drinking a little Bud Light Seltzer Mango. Bud Light happens to have the best line. That Corona was garbage. And I have a little a cappella music in the back by a good friend of mine. His group's called Street Corner Society, and they are fantastic. He is Lewis McMillan, otherwise known as the Black Rock. Cheers, Lewis. This generation that we have today really are dumb as rocks. They are really tuned in to their social media and their phones way too much. I walk into Taco Bell the other day with one of the squirrels. It's Taco Wednesday we have. So I have to place an order for the family. So I walk up to the counter and the person gets off his phone, puts it in his pocket, says, "Can I help you?" I mean, I don't care that they're on the phone. I said, "All right, let me start my order, blah, blah, blah." And I get to the last thing and I said, "I'd like a dozen hard tacos." And he looked at me and goes, "That's 12, right?" "Yeah, that's 12. Yeah, maybe you need to Google it. Really? You don't know a dozen is 12? You got a job. You're at least in high school. What are we teaching? Is the new math a dozen is not 12 anymore? Did I miss something?" The mango is good. And then I keep hearing by Joe Biden, the administration, and every Democrat holding up their sign, waving a flag, the gas has been down like the last 54 days and it's down 70 cents. I hate to tell you, you idiots, it's not down 70 cents, it's still up $2. Let me know when it gets under 3, closer to around 250, because it was 204 on the day Biden was sworn in. So don't let them pull a leg on you. Oh, they're doing you a big favor. They're not doing you a big favor. Out of here for months. How this is the Putin price. But now gas is going down, so Joe Biden's doing it? It's Big Joe? I don't know. Putin may be not such a bad guy if he's bringing down gas prices. He was responsible for them up, so apparently he's doing something now to get him back down. But yes, we should tell Joe, thank you, Joe, thank you. It really is. This COVID Joe, he was tested positive is on his rebound COVID. Rebound COVID. Again, I told you last week, I've never heard anybody having rebound polio or rebound malaria. Anything you get vaccines for, God only knows. You don't get that in a rebound. But it was 8 straight days of rebound. I mean, are they just trying to keep him inside and keep him hidden? I mean, you just give him some vanilla ice cream, some chocolate. We all know the guy loves a vanilla cone. We had to hear about his ice cream choices. His handlers are trying to keep it really easy. He must be walking around the White House unattended. They're trying to keep him reeled in, get him back going on some new medication to keep him under control. But can you imagine this guy? It really is nuts. Him and his administration are working really hard on getting Brittany Griner out. They're working really hard because she's black. She's a lesbian. She is a woman. She broke the law in Russia. I'm sorry. I do feel bad for anybody out of the country who broke the law in their country, and they have to submit to those laws because a lot of them are archaic. But you have to follow the laws. Then we have to hit a race card. If it wasn't a black woman, I have to tell you, there's a white guy over there who got 14 years in Russia for the same crime. Nobody knows his name. Say his name. I had to get Brittany's name all the time. But apparently, they want to trade the Merchant of Death, a big gun trade, an arms guy, the Merchant of Death for Brittany Griner. I don't know, maybe I'd hold out for a few 3 or 4 first-round picks, a couple of developmental players, a prospect, and a player we could play now, but certainly not the Merchant of Death. We're trying to keep guns off the streets, so you're going to let a guy in jail who is known as the Merchant of Death for Brittany Griner. So let's apply guns to the world, but let's talk about the gun control. I hate to say it, she's one person. We can't go crazy for one person, American or not. I've said it before, it's not a get-out-of-free card. I do feel bad for her, but I do think she broke the law, and she earned it. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with her race. She broke the law over there. I mean, it really is nuts. And I have to keep hearing Joe talk about everybody's got to pay their fair share. Pay their fair share. I pay my taxes when I get paid. I pay them when I spend the money. I pay them on interest that I make in the bank. I pay them on property that I own. When does the fair share stop? I think we're all paying for our more fair share. You know who's getting more of a fair share from our tax money? Another $1 billion went to Ukraine. That's who's getting it. Not even another $1 billion went to Ukraine. President Zelensky, the hero of a couple of months ago, look at this guy, went to China and said, China, we need your help. We need you to help us. Americans are disgusting. Send him another $1 billion. Who cares? What is going on in China? That's the question. Because it must be the biggest laundering company in the world. It's got to be true. I don't even know. And then Hollywood. Hollywood back at it again. The creative geniuses are remaking. They are remaking Roadhouse. Man, that's a Patrick Swayze 80s classic, man. Sam Elliott, Patrick Swayze, you cannot recreate Roadhouse. There's only one Dylan. Now, I love Jake Gyllenhaal, but he ain't Patrick Swayze. Can't we come up with some new ideas? Call me, I'll help you out. I got plenty of them. They may be bad because I'm not that bright. I told you, ask my wife. Then you got Whoopi Goldberg, another entertainer. She said that God believes in abortion because he gave you freedom of choice. Well, Whoopi, he didn't give you freedom of choice. He gave you free will. And you are so large right now, eating all those ice creams and the outfits you wear, maybe we need to free Willy. And that's yourself. Take a look in the mirror, because you're another despicable, horrible person. What happened to you over the years? It really is absolutely insane. Now, here's my favorite. Dane Cook, comedian, 50 years old. He is marrying his longtime girlfriend. He's marrying his longtime girlfriend. Dane Cook is 50. His girlfriend is 23. Recently turned 23. And his longtime girlfriend has been dating for 5 years. So let me see. She recently turned 23. I don't know, Dane, a little young. I don't know if it's a bit small in ages, but it's a little young. What do you guys talk about, Dane? I'm thinking that's borderline inappropriate, just to be honest. You start dating a girl, you're 45, she's 17, 18 years old. Good for you, but I'm glad she's not my daughter. Again, Hollywood degenerates. Does it ever end? Oh, my God. My God. And then another one, the entertainment. I'll say it again, over and over and over. Drag queens should not be entertaining children. If you are letting drag queens entertain your children, somebody needs to call Child Protective Services because you are a horrible parent. You know what? I say it all the time. Spend some time with your kids. Read them a book. But I'd rather you go get them a new iPad or a video game than have the drag queens read to them. Drag queens, great, very entertaining for adults, not for kids. Drag queens. Let me get back to this. I'll just go right into the CDC, the World Health Organization, the Health Department, with this monkeypox craze. Now, for years, we've been hammered, wear these masks, boost up, get your vaccines, they close businesses. But the health organization, the CDC, are really sitting around debating to advise gay men not to have sex. They're advising gay men not to have sex. And they're not sure they did the right thing, so they told them they should be masturbating 6 feet apart. I mean, this is the real world. These are the people getting paid by the government. I mean, I should have a government job. Even I'm smarter than these guys. I can't figure this out. This is common sense. You want to stop the spread of monkeypox? Stop having sex for a little bit. Maybe flatten that curve. Flatten that curve. Thinking of maybe a little standing up straight, not curved. Who knows? I really don't even know. So I get an email from a company. I buy nuts from this company called nuts.com, and I got a funny email yesterday, and it said, "Dear Angry Mac, are your nuts low?" You gotta at least give me a kiss before you ask me that question. Oh, my nuts low. And then the squirrels, back in action, man. Camp is over. They went to Dave & Buster's one day, and I said, "Hey, dude, I'll take you to Dave & Buster's. Why don't we go on Monday? We'll get some lunch. We'll go all day." He looks at me and he said, "I already asked Mom, Dad. You're getting a little desperate now." So my desperation is showing. It's really my desperation. Just taking a kid to Dave & Buster's. You know, I finally figured out why toxic masculinity and masculinity has been attacked the last few years. Just dawned on me. The state of the world right now, they don't want men. All the people going through what they're going through now, trying to change everything, they don't want masculine men in our society. They don't want masculine men in the world. They don't want men to be men. They also, we know we're never getting women back. We lost women. We talked about this. I would like women to be women again because I think they're beautiful. Beautiful humans, women. But men need to be men. The reason why they took masculinity away is because if men were still men, we had more masculinity, most of the shit that's going on in today's society would already be stomped on. It would be over. So they castrated men, made it bad to be a man, and made it horrible to have any masculinity. It's unbelievable, but I do feel this is carefully planned and orchestrated by the left, especially that 1%. And the other ones are just following along because you can't say anything because you're a racist, a sexist, a homophobe, and every other ish you could possibly be. Everybody loves the name calling when they don't get along with you. That's just what it is. It's easy. You can't be wrong because you're wrong. You have to be wrong because the other person's got to be a racist, a homophobe. It makes obvious sense. It makes obvious sense. I mean, nobody can be wrong. Then we have the Kamala Harris quote of the week. It's another good one. Yes, she is. She really said this. Women are getting pregnant every day in America, and this is a real issue. A real issue? A real issue for who? Who's it a real issue for, Kamala? Women get pregnant. Women get pregnant, not men. Women get pregnant. I don't find it an issue. I don't find an issue. Love kids, love women, love our country. What's the issue? I don't understand. And then that old drunken hag wants to start another world war. She wants to start one. What does she need to go to Taiwan for? So now she's trying to make amends with the Chinese. So she comes up. I don't think she's half-loaded, but she's always half-loaded. She may have been on a full load. She gets up in front of the Chinese delegation and says, makes up some story. She goes, when I was a kid, I used to dig sand at the beach. And my father said if I dig far enough, I dig to China. So I feel a real connection with the Chinese. What? These are the people governing us! Term limits, folks! You get to a certain age, you should be out, and it should be term limits. I got no advice this week, because apparently nobody's in need of Angry Mac advice. Can't say I blame them. But this advice I'll give you. Go find somebody you love. Tell them you love them. Really, tomorrow's not guaranteed. Tomorrow's not a given. You never know when it's going to end. I love you, the 3 most important words in the English language. You go, give it a try, man. Give somebody a hug. I love you guys. I see you next week. And hey, listen, by the time this is over, I hope my girls down south, the Cobras, win the championship. Go Cobras. Cheers.